motorcycle and powersports news, fam. This is Jackie Van Ham with your ride of the week. We are here at Flat Out Friday, this awesome race event going on, indoor flat track racing here in Milwaukee. I grabbed one of my good buddies, Andy Pickett, who runs Rustoration Cycles, because at first glance, this crusty, chunky motorcycle might not look like much, but this has been an absolute crusher out here today and at Barber Vintage Days. It's got a great story, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about it. Andy, tell us a little bit about this awesome bike.
Okay, so I was buying another bike, and I told the guy, you got anything else, or you know anybody else? He's like, oh wait, I got one in the shed. So we went and looked at it, and he's like, $100, and I'm like, 40, and then we settled on $60.
$60 for this. What year is this Harley-Davidson, aka Ermaki?
It is a 1974 Harley-Davidson SX175. And it didn't take much to get running, but it was missing a bunch of parts. And then when you have cheap, crappy bikes, other people give you stuff. So I ended up getting another parts bike and then raced it in vintage. And then I decided to turn it after the win in Barber. I decided to turn it into a flat tracker. And I blew up the motor last week. So then somebody gave me a piston. I hand sanded it to fit the cylinder, honed it. I put an RM125 carb, a CB350 clutch with an extra plate, SX175 or SX650 shocks, KZ250 front end with like 8 washers to slam it down, and half of a DG or half of a RD350 pipe setup. And I didn't finish it till last night. And it's got a Screaming Eagle air filter now.
Of course, it's Milwaukee. It has to have some part of even more Harley-Davidson on it, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing maybe made here, but it's probably made in China.
But probably. So, when we walked in though, you were telling me about your races today. How's it going? What's going on out there on the track?
Okay, so I pulled up to the line and I was leaking fuel, and they told me to come off the track. They shut my bike off, and I stopped them and I turned my petcock off, and I'm like, no, it's fixed. And I took the hose and I just wrapped it around so it stopped leaking, and I backed the bike in, and he's like, no, you're done. And then I just kept backing up and getting on the line. He threw his clipboard, and then I went off the line 4th, but 2 dudes went wide, and I cut in on him. I stayed in 2nd the whole time, but when I started the bike again, I didn't turn the petcock on all the way, and it sprung closed, and on the last lap I'm in 2nd, and the bike turned off, and everyone passed me. So now I have to go to last chance qualifier and try to do something there.
So for the majority of your heat race though, you were riding 2nd position.
Yes, I was in 2nd place.
The bike that was in front of you, how much is that bike worth?
I heard somebody say $8,000.
$8,000. You were hot on his tail with this $60
beautiful thing. Yeah, the seat actually cost double what I paid for the bike.
Well, I love the story. I love the fact that the vintage community shows up and turns out and is willing to throw parts at it to help you out and keep you on the track and keep you racing.
I'm trying.
Have an excellent main event. I know you're headed to the last chance qualifier. It's going to be a total barn burner.
I know.
I'm certain. I can't wait to watch you out there. And thank you so much for letting us talk about this awesome bike.
Thank you.
And this is your Ride of the Week.